is about to be the most important video you see about the coming TikTok ban because the information that has been out there is not correct. TikTok, not only if banned, will go dark on your phone in the US on January 19th, but it's very possible you will not only not be able to access it with a VPN or changing the region on your phone, but also that our videos for US users will disappear. That's because TikTok in July 2022 launched an initiative called Project Texas that they announced in the US TikTok hearings in the beginning of 2023. They did it as an act of good faith, which you should never do to the US government, but that's what they did. Basically, they created a subsidiary of TikTok in the US specifically that hosts all of the US users' user data separately from every other global TikTok user. That means not just your profile information, but also your videos, all of your data, everything that makes up who you are on TikTok. Now, what this means for TikTok creators, probably because we have no definitive answers yet, but it's not talked about enough. What this might mean is that all of our videos will be deleted because TikTok said in front of the Supreme Court last week that if they get banned, they will leave the US, right? They will close operations, leave with their servers. Now, TikTok doesn't have, to my knowledge, TikTok doesn't have the servers with the US data because they run that through Oracle. That was part of Project Texas. Within their subsidiary, they created USDS, US Data Security, that TikTok subsidiary. Basically, all the user data was run through Oracle. Oracle, a US company, hosting that TikTok user data for US users specifically. Again, we don't have definitive answers, but there's so much misinformation out there, not just of people saying, oh, you'll still have the app on your phone, you can access it, you just can't update it, which TikTok never told us that. That's just what people assumed. And I always said there's a lot of ways that the app can be made unavailable, not just through making you not be able to update it in the app store, such as servers going down. Also, TikTok doesn't allow you to change your region in the app anymore, and that probably happened when they created Project Texas. But also, unless you get a different eSIM, you can't really, for a lot of apps, even if you have a VPN, your eSIM, your SIM card is registered in the US. So a lot of times that's why you can't get around and you can't get certain apps, like you can't get Douyin, the Chinese TikTok app, on your phone because you don't have a Chinese SIM card. It's blocked. This is important to spread the word because these incorrect assumptions about TikTok still being on your phone, still being accessible, just not being able to update it, means that a lot of people have not prepared for the high possibility that on January 19th, you will open up your phone and the app itself will not work. So all of the people that you want to follow, the creators you want to follow on other apps, right? All of the friends that you made on here you want to connect with, all the videos you have you want to save, you might not be able to access them and they might not even exist anymore. Because say TikTok, again, like I said, I don't know the specifics. If TikTok has access to the server, right? The US servers, they created their subsidiary, right? To show the government, we will allow you, right? It's a long story. You can look into Project Texas, but even say TikTok had all that data. They said, we're going to take it out of the US, right? They already sank something like $1.5 billion into Project Texas. So the odds of them taking all that data, all the US user data, which costs a lot to host, obviously, taking it all back to China or wherever, and then spending the money to rehost those specific US users' servers, I don't see them doing that. So your content may be in a black box. You might not see it again. I hope that doesn't happen. I thought that creators, that our videos would still exist, that international users could still see them, all of that. But it hit me today when I started thinking about Project Texas, about Oracle, about all of that. And then I did more research on the specifics, on the legal specifics, and thinking about what TikTok said in the Supreme Court hearings. You need to prepare that TikTok will not work, that the last day you can use TikTok, not just on your phone, but possibly have that account that you have any of those connections that you have, is January 18th. I hope I'm wrong, but I do not think I'm wrong. And this needs, you need to talk about, people need to talk about this because so many people, not only do they think, oh, it's not going to get banned, but they haven't prepared. So it's the last days, probably. Hopefully not, but probably. And speaking of that, to support a food distribution network in Gaza, go to Fayez Kadata's profile. I'm putting it up here. I'm also putting it in the comments. I've talked about it a lot. It's in the pinned video on my profile. Thank you so much.